Hello everyone. Today we're going to see creating the stopwatch using the ReactJS mission coding around interview question, right? So this is the demo which we are seeing now. So when we click on start, uh, it starts decrementing based on the seconds, and we have the pause button here. So when we click on that, it will just pause, and when we resume it, it will again resume it. And we have an option to stop, so when we click on the stop it will go to 0, and when we click on start button again, it will again start from the um, initial timer what we have given, right? So this we are going to create using React.js. So let's see how we do it. So currently I have just created a component called stopwatch and I have imported in the app.js. So let's write logic in the stopwatch. So in this we have seen like 3 buttons. So let's just create that 3 buttons. Start, stop, should be resume or pass. Okay. And also we need to show some kind of time, right? And time is changing every time, right? So for that, let's create a state variable for the time. Constant state variable. Let's say it will start from the some 300 seconds, right? Let's see. Let's put it in the UI part. Okay, use state is not defined. Let's use state. Okay, now we're getting the timer, and when we see here, so it is giving like hours, minutes, and seconds, right? So currently we have in just seconds. So let's just say that we need to create in this one. And also this resume pulse or resume and pass, it is basically depends on. So let's say we'll create a state variable to track of these buttons, right? If it is active, that particular button. So for that we'll creating a state variable is active, set is active, use state of, say initially it is false, right? And also let's just make it so if it is active, that means can pass it, otherwise we can resume it. So based on it, we'll show only kind of one button, right? Okay, so we need to set the interval. So for that we'll make use of the use effect, and in this we need to import the use effect for this, right? We'll do that use effect, and we already know, so we'll be tracking based on is active. So whenever we click on some button, it depends on is active. So whenever is active changes, it will set the intervals based on that state variable, right? So let's create some interval, and if any button is active at that time, set the interval. So we are setting the interval with 1 second, right? 1000 milliseconds. And this in here we need to set the time. Let's say if the time is greater than 0, we need to decrement the seconds by 1, right? else we need to set the active variable as false, and also need to return 0, right? Okay, so currently time is not getting anything. Click functions for these buttons because when we click on that particular button, then only we need to call do functionality, right? So for that we'll create the functions. So on click, let's say handle start, and let's copy this and let's paste it in this button and this button as well. We'll give the function name is handle stop, and here we'll give the function name is resume pass. And now we'll create those functions along with the functionality, right? Handle start. So when we click on handle resume pass, handle stop. Okay, we have created now. So once we click on start, so basically time should start from initial one, right? So for that, let's set the time to 300. Initial value is 300, so it will start from the 300 only. And also we need to set like to make sure that it is active, the timer is active, right? For that, let's make it to 2, and let's see handle stop here. Once we click on the handle stop, so we'll stop the timer based on this active boolean variable, and also we need to set the time to 0, right? And also handle resume pass, it basically depends on the whether the timer is active or not, right? So for that, we'll take the previous value. If it is active, we'll make it as inactive. If it is inactive, then we'll make it as active, right? So this is the functionality. Let's try clicking on start button. Set interval is not defined. Okay, I think interval. Okay, spelling mistake. Okay, okay. Now we are seeing, right? For every second we are seeing this is getting decrement, right? Now, but we need to show in hour, minutes, and seconds. We won't need this count, right? So for that, let's format this particular time, right? Let's pause it. Start. It will go into 0. And let's see how we'll format that, right? So for that, let's create a function. Let's create a function called constant format time. Let's give the time, right? And here let's declare we need in hours, and we need in minutes, and also we need it in seconds, right? So when we are converting our count to like what our time is there, that will convert to. So for that, we'll take the floor values, right? Floor values, what our time is there, will divide by 3600 seconds, right? That's how we convert. And also similarly for minutes also, we'll try the floor values, and in this we'll take the time and we'll percentage 3600. Why we are taking modulus is because once it went off to 60, again we come to 0, right? For that we are using the modulus, and by 60. And also for this math dot floor of time percentage modulo 60. Yeah, like every time it should again it go from 0 to 59 every time it should repeat, right? So for that I'm using modulus, and yeah, and then we'll return this. We return this in the format of hours, and then minutes, and then seconds. Okay, then seconds. Now we'll use that this format time function here, and it will pass the time. Now we'll see. Okay, now I'll make it to like 5400. 5400 is nothing but 1.5 hour, right? Okay, it is starting. So because here also we need to change. Okay, let's click on start. Okay, now it is getting decremented. Let's try to pause it. Let's try to stop it. Okay, stop is functioning fine, but this pause is having some issue. Where we are getting wrong? Pause. Okay. In the use effect, so basically in the use effect, we need to clear the interval. Once we set the interval, we need to clear it. Otherwise, it will keep on going, right? So we'll clear the interval in the use effect. So this is the mistake. Clear interval of this interval. Now I think it should work fine. Let's start. Get started completely. Pass it. Now it got paused, right? That is because of we are not clearing that interval, right? So make sure that we clear the interval once we set the interval, right? And when we resume it, again it is continuing, right? And once we stop it, it is going 0. But this not looks good because we are having 2-digit numbers like in the hours, minutes, and seconds, but we are showing only 1 digit, right? So for that, we'll convert to the 2 digits by using the pad start function in the JavaScript, right? We'll first try to convert to string, and then this pad start is a function in JavaScript. So basically what it does is it takes two arguments. One is number of digits you want, and initial values is you need to put it as 0. So this is the function, you can check it out on Google. And similarly we'll do the same thing for these two as well, right? So we need 2 digits. Initially it should be 0. Those 2 digits should be 0. Yeah, now everything we are getting in 2 digits, right? Let's see. Okay, we are getting in 2 digits, and then pass it. Okay, it is getting passed and resume it. Okay, it is getting resumed, and then you can stop it. It will go to zeros, right? So it is working fine. You can remove this one. You can remove this if you want, and also you can color these buttons if you need anything. And also, like, you want to, like, currently these are in seconds only, right? So if you want to increase the speed, you can just 100 milliseconds, then it will start fast like this, right? Based on that interval. And this is stop. Yeah, that is all about stop, how you create using the React.js. Thanks for watching. Bye.